Hey y'all, this is Nina Stevens, and I'm in a South where sushi is still called bait. So I have a question for you. How do you handle legal and financial unpleasantness? Come on back and we'll talk about it. Hey y'all. So I want to tell you a little story. It's kind of a personal get to know me vlog, and it will explain to you how I became the person that I am and why I handle my personal financial and legal unpleasantness in the way that I do. And I will say that if unpleasantness is offensive to you and you have a problem with unpleasantness in your life, then I would probably recommend that you watch another channel. So on March the 3rd, 1991, I was notified by the Natchez, Mississippi Police Department that my husband had committed suicide. And I was faced with unpleasantness, to say the least. Now, did I turn my head from this? Did I turn my head and close my eyes and say, "In the name of Jesus, go away"? No, I did not. And did I shift that responsibility to handle that situation onto another person? No, I did not. I dealt with that by myself. So I was notified that he committed suicide, and he jumped off the Mississippi River Bridge that goes between Natchez, Mississippi and Vidalia, Louisiana. And at that time, on March the 3rd, the river was high and the current was swift. And my husband was a lean man. He was tall and he was lean. And he was also an avid swimmer. But when he jumped off that bridge and he went under, he did not come back up. So he was, in essence, he was missing after he jumped off the bridge. So the police drugged the river for, I don't know, 3 or 4 days. It's kind of fuzzy. I can't, remember how long it was. But they drugged the river and tried to find his body, and it was never found. So I had the financial and legal responsibility to protect my family. I had 2 small boys, and I was also pregnant with my daughter. They were my responsibility to protect at this point. They still are today. The protection of my family is priority to me. And today, family is not necessarily someone that's kin to me. It's anyone that I have contact with that I have the ability to protect. I take that protection very seriously, and I don't let other people shift their legal and financial responsibility onto me or my family. I think that it's very important for every person out there to protect your family at whatever cost it takes. So I was notified 2 weeks later by the St. Francisville Police Department that they had recovered a body from the Mississippi River. The problem was that because this body had been exposed to the elements for 2 weeks, there were no fingerprints on the body. So therefore they were not able to take fingerprints to identify if this was actually the body of my missing husband. So I was notified by them that the only way to identify if this was in fact the body of my missing husband was to visually identify the body. Now, my husband's, and there's a point to this story, so bear with me. So my husband's father refused to accept the financial and legal responsibility for the unpleasantness of the situation. He did not want to deal with it. It was too unpleasant for him to face. And my husband's mother at that time also refused to accept her legal and financial responsibility. She did not want to deal with the unpleasantness of the situation either. So it was placed on my shoulders. Did I turn my head from this? Did I turn my head and close my eyes and say, "Go away in the name of Jesus"? No, I did not. Did I wait for someone else to handle that unpleasant legal and financial situation? No, I did not. I handled my business as prudently and as quickly and as bluntly as I possibly could, because I had my children to protect. My family's protection is priority to me. So I was escorted by the Natchez, Mississippi Police Department to St. Francisville, which is 50 miles downriver. And at that point, I was escorted by the St. Francisville Police Department to the location where they had the body that they had recovered. The body that was brought before me to identify was in a body bag, and it was not the body of a lean man. It was a very large body. So I didn't say, "I can't deal with this." I didn't say, "Someone else can do this. I cannot deal with this. I don't have the backbone or the fortitude to handle this." No, I didn't say that. I braced myself for the unpleasantness of the situation, and they exposed the body to me. At that point, I could not identify if that body was actually the body of my missing husband. I told the police at that point that the only way that I would be able to know if this was the body of my missing husband was for them to expose the upper right arm of the victim. My husband had a tattoo on his arm. It was of a oil rig derrick. It had the derrick, the platform, and there was writing around the tattoo. So they exposed the right arm of the victim, and at that point I knew that it was the body of my missing husband. My point in this story is, if you don't handle your legal and financial unpleasant responsibilities, but responsibilities nonetheless, you will face in this world ramifications for your family and for yourself, and people will take advantage of you. And I implore all of my viewers, do not turn away from your legal and financial responsibility to protect your family. Don't let other people walk over you. I have had footprints on my back many times in my life, but they have never stopped me from protecting my family. And I implore you all to do the same. Look deep within yourself and find the fortitude and the backbone to take care of your family first. And family for you may be the same as for me, not necessarily blood kin, but anyone that you are connected with that you have the ability to protect. I implore you, protect your family no matter what the cost. And with that said, I hope you enjoy getting to know me a little better, and you understand the things that have made me the person that I am, and the reason that I handle my business the way that I handle it. That's it for me. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'll see you later.